Welcome back. My next guest has been on my show before. I have with me Mark Donegan, and he's the president of SEO Ranking Agency. Welcome back to the show. What a great time for you to come on, because it's the end of the year. I'm going to put this bug in their ear right now. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and listen up, everyone, because I know everyone wants to start off the new year with a bang. Go ahead.
With a bang, that's
with a
right.
Bang.
Yeah, thank you, Carol. It's really great to be here with your audience. So here's what we do. We drive free traffic from Google search to small business and local business websites. And that it turns out that is the traffic that is of most value. So everyone's familiar with pay-per-click advertising. And of course, Google makes it quite easy to run ads. Probably a lot of your listening audience are running ads for their small business, for their local business. But it turns out that the consumer is far less likely to click on those ads than they are to go to what's called organic search, which is the search results. And some of this is, maybe they anticipate what's the quality if someone's paying for this, is it really the best business? But some of it is just the way it's laid out. We're sort of conditioned. And if you think about your own behavior, you skip past those first three listings and you start at number 1, number 2, number 3. So that's what we do. We make sure that small businesses and local business owners can compete on Google search.
Now, what is the difference between, the SEO, which we call search engine optimization consultants such as yourself?
Yes. So there are, there's many different, you might say, flavors. And I'll break them down into 3 categories. There are the individual consultants, and these are the typically are very technically inclined individuals who usually are incredibly capable. They often have computer engineering, computer science, maybe web development backgrounds, and often they're the ones that will come in and get involved in ranking websites that are very competitive, very difficult. If you understand SEO and you need very specific expertise, then often this type of person is a really good place to go. The second is sort of you might say a boutique agency, digital marketing agency, and SEO is usually a very important part of their offer, but they offer, maybe they also run pay-per-click advertising, they do email marketing, so it's a little bit more of a soup to nuts, but because they're smaller, they can customize and they can bring a solution for you. For a lot of small business owners, that can be a reasonable solution. And then there's the really big agencies. Now, what I find is that the big agencies, because maybe they have a brand name, they have a lot of salespeople, they're usually the first a small business owner interacts with. But because the cost can be very high, because the service is very cookie cutter, oftentimes it's not to say they can't deliver good work. That's not what I'm implying, but it's maybe not the best fit for everyone. And so sometimes I get involved in discussions where somebody is, maybe tried SEO, has not had the best experience. And I find out it's really just a mismatch of, they didn't know that maybe a smaller or even a solo individual consultant might actually have been the best answer for them.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, especially if you were a small business, which you specialize in small business.
Right.
You
I'm
don't
a
even
small
have
business myself.
You don't have the time. You're so busy to try and figure out what you're doing just to make money that you're don't have the time, and trying to do it on your own, you don't know the ins and outs. You are going to be giving somebody we're going to enter everybody in to win something here. So listen up, guys. This is going to be cool. It's a free website analysis, and that's done in a video. Let's talk about that.
That's right. So this actually is a service that it's a paid service line. If someone were to call me up and say, hey, I'm not ranking, I'd like to understand what can be done. For $500, we will do a very extensive, really it's an audit, if you think of it that way, of your website. We look at all the factors that are required for ranking. And what's unique about it is rather than just give you a 15 or 20 page report, which you do also get, I actually create a video, which is me looking at your website live, using the tools that I use, and walking through why a website may not be performing, looking at your competition, and actually explaining so that you have a good sense of not only the work that we might do, but frankly, you could take the report and implement it yourself if you were so inclined.
I think it's super cool. This is a $500 value free to you guys out there. So if you're a small business, this is the place to call right now. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's a free website video analysis that you're getting. It's a $500 value free to you. 602-277-5369. Now, you are located in Mesa, but you can work nationwide, you said.
Absolutely. I have a client in Los Angeles. I'm working with a tax attorney there to build a really great presence for them. That's the one thing about SEO is even though if you're a local business, of course, you're interested in driving local, local leads, local customers.
We want those nationwide people
absolutely.
too.
More and more, there's more things that we can be selling outside of the reach of just the Phoenix metro market or the state of Arizona.
Call here, get entered into win. It's a free website video analysis. It's a $500 value, 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out on his website, which is SEO Ranker Agency.com. You can call him direct at 480-809-2275. So a small business owner, they decide on the best approach for their business. How do you figure that out?
Yeah, so, it comes down to a couple factors. One is what your individual style is. So, it sort of makes sense. But if you are a solopreneur, if you have a small team around you, then probably working with an individual consultant is going to be more comfortable. It's going to be a better fit. It may be a little daunting to have an agency on the other side of the table that's bigger than your whole company. So, some of it's individual style. Obviously, budget is a huge factor. And then it's, you have to think about how important are you going to be to the company on the other side of the table. So whichever agency or consultant you engage with, you really want to have an accurate assessment of, am I literally a number, one of maybe 100, one of 200 clients, or am I one of a dozen? Now, it's not to say, again, because business models vary, it's possible I can work with several dozen clients and service all of them very, very well. But if someone has a couple hundred clients, what kind of service can they give you?
What's the difference between SEO and digital?
That's a very good question. So digital marketing is sort of an umbrella description for soup to nuts. Everything that has to do with promoting a business online is the easiest way to think about it. So that can be driving traffic from Google, pay-per-click advertising, email marketing, all those sorts of things. SEO tends to be focused very narrowly on strictly ranking a website. And now, certainly that is a focus even for us, but we do something that's very special. And I call it, in fact, we're branding it brand authority building. And the difference between just pure SEO and brand authority building is that we drive traffic. We create content syndication, so we create content, get that distributed out to where your customers or your potential customers are, and then we work very closely to make sure that your website converts. Because at the end of the day, you'll agree, if someone comes to your website but they don't take action, then being ranked number one is sort of money not well spent.
Well, it's that time of the year when we're all thinking about what we can do to grow our business, make it better next year. Let's get it done now. Let's start talking to them. We've got everyone getting entered in to win a free website analysis. It's done by video. That's a $500 value free to you. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to let everyone keep on calling for the next 10 minutes or so. Check them out. It's SEO Ranker Agency.com. And if you want to call them direct, it's 480-809-2275. So why do you say that SEO is so different from your brand authority services?
Yeah, so I hinted at this in my last comment. So SEO focuses very narrowly on ensuring that you are at least on page one, if not in the top position. So it's really a focus on rank. And what you'll often find, especially with individual consultants, is that their job sort of starts and ends with getting you ranked. Now, if you already have if you're a marketing inclined business owner and you have a good sense of how to optimize your website and get someone to take action, then maybe that's exactly what you need.
Tell them what makes you different.
What makes us different is that we drive more free traffic from Google than really any other marketing source or advertising source at the most competitively priced option.
Give them a call. The number to call is 480-809-2275. We've got everyone entered in to win a free website analysis. He does it with a video of him doing it. It is awesome. It's a $500 value. It's free to you or anyone you know. If you're a small business, this is great for you guys. I believe everyone should have one of these. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out on his website, which is SEO Ranker Agency.com, or call him at 480-809-2275. Let's go. Let's make our companies great.